Hi, my name's Shivani Misra. I'm a consultant physician specializing in diabetes and also a clinical researcher at Imperial College in London. At the moment, I split my time between undertaking diabetes clinics, in particular focusing on young people with type 2 diabetes. And I'm funded as a Wellcome Trust Career Development Fellow to undertake research about 80% of the time. And I have a number of studies, again, investigating the genetics and epidemiology of early onset type 2 diabetes. So I trained and specialized as a diabetes clinician, but I've always been really interested in undertaking research. And in 2017, I completed a PhD into monogenic diabetes. After this, I became a consultant physician, as mentioned. And recently, I was awarded a Wellcome Trust Career Development Fellowship to undertake further research for the next 5 years. So my first interaction with EASD was probably back around 2011 or 12 when I went to my first EASD conference. It was in Berlin. And I just remember being so excited and happy at the conference, learning about cutting edge diabetes. And after this, I fairly regularly attended conferences, but my next main interaction was in 2017 when I applied for a Future Leaders Mentorship Award. And I was very lucky to be funded and mentored by Professor Chantal Mathieu. And since then, I've remained fairly engaged with the EASD, and more recently, I'm on the board of the Academy. And it's been a fantastic journey that's enabled lots of networks and collaborations to be formed, as well as friendships. So joining the EASD was really important for me because as an early career researcher and back then just a student undertaking a PhD, I really wanted to broaden my horizons. I wanted to step outside of my comfort zone, learn about diabetes, all of the sort of cutting edge discoveries, and go and listen to really eminent investigators presenting their research in a world-class environment. And the EASD was one of the sort of accessible organizations which enabled me to do that. And I could already see that some of their funding streams and activities were really focused on early career researchers. So that was really attractive to me. And so giving back and contributing as part of the Academy has really been a fantastic opportunity for me. So I think the major benefits for me from the EASD has been the connections that I formed, both from attending conferences and making friends at the conferences and meeting collaborators, but also for me, when I received my Future Leader Mentorship Award and was mentored by Professor Chantal Mathieu, that was a really important connection that I made. And it's just really opened up my career to different opportunities, different collaborations. And I know that if I was not affiliated with the EASD, that may have been possible, but it would have been a real struggle. So I see the EASD as a sort of springboard or platform which enables early career researchers to really be accessible and to develop their network. A key moment in my career was actually quite recent. So I mentioned that I'm a clinician, and usually after doing a PhD, which is, a super fun part of training, most clinicians head back to the clinical world, and it can be quite challenging to undertake research because of the demands of clinical work. But just over a year ago, I was able to secure a 5-year fellowship that enables me to undertake research up to 80% of my time. And I think it was a really key moment for me because it really cements my position as a clinical researcher. And it was a fruition of my own ideas that came together. I drove it intellectually. And it's the first time that I've really, I think, stood on my own 2 feet as an independent clinical researcher, and getting mentorship from key people and having the right collaborations was really important for that development. So I think that would be my key moment. So in terms of inspirational people from a professional point of view, I'm very lucky to be affiliated with lots of very inspirational scientists and clinicians who've guided me. But I really think it's no exaggeration to say that one of the main persons that have really influenced my career is Professor Chantal Mathieu, who's currently the president of the EASD. And as mentioned, I was paired with her in the mentorship award, and her mentorship and friendship has just been really pivotal for me in making some key decisions over the last few years. So there are lots of other really important collaborators that have helped me. And even though Chantel's not directly involved in my research, it's really important to have somebody that can genuinely mentor you without thinking about their own personal gain, which happens so much in academia. So it's been a really important relationship for me.